Hi guys, you're back with Marisa, professional MMA fighter and boxer. Today I'm going to show you guys my go-to breakfast. So it's going to be avocado toast with some fancy seasonings that I like, and then soft boiled eggs. If you don't know what a soft boiled egg, it's similar to a hard boiled egg, but the center yolk is runny. So before I get into showing you guys all my ingredients that I use, we're going to get the process started. So I always want to pull out my eggs right when I know that's going to happen, that we're going to start the process, because I want to let them kind of come a little bit more to room temperature, not be right out of the fridge. I'm going to get my water boiling. So I have this over here boiling because I don't want to put my eggs in until the water's actually at a rolling boil. See how there's a little space there though? I don't want to fill up my pot, because when I put the eggs in, it's going to obviously rise more, and if it's boiling, you don't want it to overboil. Next thing I'm also going to do, and I'm going to explain which choice of bread I use. I take a piece of Ezekiel bread. So I'm going to throw this in the toaster. Just right here. I kind of want to get my bread toasted before I throw my eggs in, okay? Because I want to be able to complete certain steps at a time to make everything come out well. So my eggs have been sitting out. I'm really a fan of the brown shell. Just more natural in my opinion, and they do not crack as easily, even if you're very gentle putting them in the water. So we're going to come over here, we're going to put them in the water. So I've done some trial and error with my egg boiling process. Some people will, let them come to a boil with the eggs in it. I find it's way easier to control my process if my water's boiling. So I'm going to use a fork here just to lower them in very easily. So 1 is in. 2 is in, just so that they do not crack as easily. And then I'm going to put my timer on for 6 minutes. So start timer. I have my bread toasting. I'm going to use this knife again to help take them out. So the reason why I use Ezekiel bread, years ago I did bikini fitness competitions, and somebody had recommended, if you're going to have a carb, it could be my oatmeal, it could be my veggies, but Ezekiel bread was also allowed. So that was when I had my first experience. I thought it was going to be weird. It's actually delicious, and I never went back to regular bread after having it. The reason it's different is it's actually made out of grains instead of flour, so it's a little bit healthier for your body. I do a lot of things paleo, but paleo, they don't have grains in their diet. I'm not 100% paleo. Just implement a lot of paleo techniques, but I definitely still keep my Ezekiel bread if I want to have it with my avocado toast, or maybe half sandwich, something like that. Ezekiel bread you'll find in your grocery store, usually in a freezer aisle, so it will come frozen. I do actually leave the whole loaf in the freezer, and I'll just take out sections and leave it in the fridge to use. So it does stay cooler, might seem weird, but I can literally throw it right in the toaster and it's perfectly fine. Avocados. So there's a certain science to picking out avocados. When you go to the grocery store, you want to get some. If you want to use it right away, you need to know that they're ripe enough, and some maybe a little less ripe so they can use it a few days later. A lot of people get avocados and they're like, I opened it and it was brown, and you can't use it at all. What you have to do is you have to squeeze with your thumb. So this one, if you guys can even tell, it's a little bit more squishy. This one I can't get that same squish. Okay, so I know I want to use this one first. They look exactly the same on the outside, but you have to have that little bit of squish, so I know I want to use this one first, and then this one will slowly come back to, it's making that thumb imprint. So this one will get there, just needs a few days, which is perfect because I don't need to use it for a few days. My seasonings that I'm going to put on top, I'm just going to show you guys ahead of time. Black pepper that I'm going to grind, sea salt, I put cayenne pepper again. I mentioned in my last video I like a little kick, and then don't mind my torn label here, but everything bagel seasoning. I first started getting this from Trader Joe's, and then over time I started seeing other stores carry it, so you can get it from everywhere, but it is fabulous and it makes such a difference. So for my avocado, so again I'm going to use my more ripe one. I'm going to rinse it off. I'm going to show you how we cut this. So rinsing that off, take a paper towel. So I will make a little bit more room here. I only used half, okay, and I'm going to show you guys how you can save half as well. So cut this in half. Okay, a lot of people will say, well, I don't keep the other half. Oh, I gotta cut a little bit more. Don't keep the other half because it goes bad. These are really soft. So let's get this out. Okay. All right. But if we wrap it the right way, we can keep it. Just want to keep an eye on your bread to make sure that we don't overdo that as well. So this is toasting. Just give that a little turn. My avocado, I'm going to show you how we can wrap this up to save it. And then this, we're going to keep. So I'll take a little plastic wrap. Again, just keep an eye on your timers. Take this out. If this avocado seed is still in here, which some people do not know, a lot of people do not know, it will actually stay good. You can actually take the seed out of here, put it in a bowl, and then as long as the seed is in there, then it's perfectly fine and it'll actually keep the green color. Okay, so we're gonna put the saran wrap or plastic wrap right on top. I'm gonna wrap it around. I'm just gonna keep it kind of flushed to get out some air that's in there. Wrap it around, and again, as long as that seed's in there, this will still be good for tomorrow. So I don't have to use it all at one time. I don't want to use it all at one time. Avocado is high in calories. It's good fat and it's great calories. But I'm also going to have the yolks in my eggs, so a lot of fat, a lot of calories from fat. Avocado is better fat for you than the egg yolk, but still good quality. So we're going to turn off my toaster. Get a little toasty in there, but that's all right. So we'll put avocado in the fridge. A little more done than necessary, but we can scrape some of that off. Our eggs are taking a second. What we're gonna do is, so again, take off a little bit of that. Still perfectly fine. I want to get my avocado on my toast. Move this right over. My eggs, again, I want to take that out right at that 6 seconds. So I'm gonna take my spoon. That came right out. All right, coming right over. 1 second. And we're going to mash this right down. So I use my fork. Going to mash this right on my toast. Spread it out nice and even. Again, this is just half an avocado. Okay, so I know that my timer is gonna go off. So I'm gonna turn off the heat, turn off my timer, take my water off the heat. I'm going to use this again. Okay, so what you wanna do, I take a paper towel, I take my fork to help me get this out. I put it down on the paper towel, okay, just because this is going to be super hot. It's coming out of boiling water. Move that back. So, what you're going to want to do is rinse underneath some cold water first. So rinse your eggs underneath some cold water to cool the temperature, stop the cooking. Just out just a little bit. Okay, I've come back to my paper towel. I'm going to hit it so that it starts cracking. And it'll easily peel off. Sometimes it's a prettier process than others, but as long as my egg still comes out good, I don't mind, you know, what the in-between looks like. Because this should peel right off. And so, what you'll see in a moment is that the outside is fully cooked like a hard-boiled egg, but the inside will be soft. Okay? So, if I need to, if maybe I see a few like shell pieces, I'll put the water on hot. Because I don't want it, I want my egg still warm when I want to eat it. So I'll rinse it with some hot water. Put it on my paper towel. I won't put it directly on the food. Then I will crack my other one. So light tap. Again, the inside is soft. The inside is supposed to be soft if we do this the right way. So you do not want to smash too hard. The reason why we rinsed it with cold water is also so that I can hold it without burning my fingers. Okay, it is definitely still warm right now, but it's manageable. So I'm peeling off my shell, trying to be delicate so that I do not break my egg. Some of the egg white might come off of the shell. Again, sometimes it's prettier than others. Sometimes it just comes right off. no problem. And I'll rinse it with a little hot water just to get off any extra shell pieces that might be there. Let it sit for a second on my paper towel. Clean up just a portion. Okay. All right. So before I use these, so I'm going to let those sit for 1 second. We're going to come over to my avocado toast. Okay. So not done here. So I put my avocado on. I mashed it with a fork. Now I'm going to season my avocado. Okay. So I'm going to do ground black pepper. Okay, this is just what I like, and honestly, it is delicious, so I definitely recommend trying. That's why I'm sharing my secrets with you guys. Okay, so black pepper, and I do it the same every time, because it's just great. If something is great, you do not change it. Okay, I'm going to do sea salt, so I'm going to grind some sea salt. I want to make sure I'm really kind of coating every bite, because it tastes fabulous, and the salt gives a little pop to the avocado. So, a little bit of sea salt. Then I'm going to do my red cayenne pepper. So, weird, but I kind of will go from top to bottom. From you guys, it's bottom to top, but for me, it's top to bottom. Okay? And then the kicker is the everything bagel seasoning. Phenomenal. So, again, I don't have to go too crazy with the other sea salt because there is some sea salt in here. What comes in here, let me read you guys: sesame seeds, poppy seeds, onion, garlic, and salt. Okay? Fabulous. If you ever have tried an everything bagel, okay, I don't eat really bagels much anymore, if ever, so to be able to get that same flavoring with, again, my Ezekiel bread, that's great. So I'm just going to shake this on. Again, I want to get every little bit lightly coated just so I get that flavor in every bit. So this is exactly, just so you guys can see, what it would look like seasoned. Okay, I can just have it like this and have a piece of avocado toast, but I want some protein. I normally try to have protein with every meal. So the next thing I'm going to do before I even grab my eggs to put them on is I cut my piece of toast in half. Okay, so it's a nice little easy cut. So I have 2 pieces. I take my soft boiled eggs and I put them right on top. Okay, they sometimes roll off. Sometimes they stay put. I'm going to put a little bit more black pepper on top. And a tiny little bit, just so my eggs have a little sea salt, just a little crack. Okay, again, if you watched my last video, you want every bite to have some flavor. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys. We can use our knife. I'm going to break this open, and you're going to see how wonderful this pops right on my avocado toast. Okay, so now I get that runny yolk throughout the whole bite. Okay, and then I would just kind of spread this over it, and then I can pick my one piece up. It's just a little piece of avocado toast. Okay, may not look fabulous, but it tastes amazing. Okay, let's try a bite. Very good. Very good. So, again, Ezekiel bread. You can find in like the organic section, sometimes you'll just see it on the shelf, or freezer aisle, which is normally where it is. This came out of my freezer, so it is cold, and that's exactly where it's going to go back. Avocados, make sure to the touch of your thumb. If you want to use it right away, you have to have some mush, but not super squishy because then it's going to be too overdone. So a lot of times at the store you see a bunch and they're all too ripe, or if you can't even imprint at all, do not buy it because it's probably not going to change. They will not all change. You need some thumb imprint, even a little bit, and you know that it will ripen. Okay, so that's how you're going to find the perfect avocado. Definitely awesome seasonings are everything bagel seasoning, cayenne pepper, sea salt, and black pepper. Try it, you will love it. This again is my go-to breakfast. So soft-boiled eggs with my avocado toast and my seasonings. So hopefully you guys enjoyed having breakfast with me. If you have any questions about anything you'd like to see, different breakfast ideas that you could do at home, just leave me a comment in our comment section. If you like this video, definitely give it a like. I appreciate it. And then if you want to see more, subscribe to our channel, Ultimate MMA Plus, so you can see more. And thank you for joining me for the second episode of Spider Monkey Eats.